Well, thank you very much for escorting me to the reception. I thought it was interesting, didn't you?
Well, I hope the evening's not over with yet.
Dan, I really have to apologize. It's been a very long night, I'm afraid. I can't invite you in for a drink because I'm absolutely exhausted.
Well, after last night and this afternoon, I thought I might stay with you tonight.
Really?
You said you were willing to risk scandal.
What I meant by that was that I was willing to risk the scandal that could result when people find out that I have given such a plum job to somebody so young and inexperienced. They might even think I wasn't fit to run WVLE. I still don't care what people think.
Well, that can't be what you meant.
I'm sorry. Really, I am. There's been a big misunderstanding. Good night.
Reception satisfactory? It was. A beginning. Thank you, Trent.
Good night.
I think maybe Bill Brady could have gotten here sooner.
Tell me. We owe him something.
Yeah, we owe him being happy and being honest.
That's the way it's always going to be, Didi. I promise
You
you.
know what? I always thought that my temper was my worst flaw.
If you hadn't lost your temper tonight, I probably might still be asleep on that sofa.
Don't you remember at the plant, when your father came to the plant and I stood in the office there and I just...
Forget about him. Forget him. Forget everything, okay? But never forget this moment right now, okay? Because this is gonna be our anniversary.
Tonight, the Pittsburgh Steelers meet the Cincinnati Bengals on NFL Monday Night Football, live at 6. Then on Call to Glory, Rayner is ordered to testify before a congressional committee on the safety of a new aircraft designed by a friend who once saved his life.
I'm Peter Jennings. On ABC's World News tonight, we'll see what happens to elderly people who can't afford to pay for space in a nursing home, and how Medicaid payments are a liability, not a salvation.
An ABC News Brief, brought to you by Arid Double X Solid. Now from New York, Peter Jennings.
Good afternoon. The Supreme Court is back in session, and on this day alone, the justices made decisions in almost 1,000 cases. A couple of examples. The court refused to reinstate the attempted murder conviction of the socialite Klaus von Bülow. His conviction had been overturned by Rhode Island Supreme Court. Now he'll either go free or Rhode Island will have to try him again. The court made its first statement on gay rights in 15 years when it agreed to decide whether public school teachers can be fired for homosexual activity. The court has also decided to hear cases involving busing in St. Louis and obscenity laws in the state of Washington. I'll be back in just a moment.
Some people perspire. I sweat.
For you, the only solid with double X protection, Arid Double X Solid, helps keep you extra dry.
Even me.
We'll have a complete review of this first day at the court during World News Tonight.